Hello everyone, welcome to the third lecture of insurance company accounts. Last two lectures we have practiced with life insurance company revenue account formats, and in the last lecture we solved three questions also related to revenue account of life insurance company. Now today we will take up with the same formats of general insurance company. So first of all, every one of you give the heading in your notebooks, Part 2, General Insurance Company. I repeat, all of you give the heading in your notebooks, Part 2, General Insurance Company. Now to start with General Insurance Company, understand this first, you're not supposed to write this. I repeat, you are not supposed to write this, just be attentive. Insurance carrying on the general insurance business should accompany with the requirement of Schedule B of the regulations, which among other things gives the following forms. Now if you all remember, life insurance company had to prepare formats as per Schedule A. I repeat, life insurance company had to prepare the formats as per Schedule A, whereas general insurance company has to prepare the formats as per Schedule B. I repeat, general insurance company has to prepare the formats as per Schedule B of the regulations, which among the other things gives the following forms. Revenue account is Form BRA. RA stands for revenue account. Profit and loss account, Form BPL. Balance sheet, Form BBS. Now in life insurance company, we had only revenue account in syllabus. However, in general insurance company, we have revenue, profit and loss and balance sheet, all the three in syllabus. I repeat, in general insurance company, we have revenue account also, profit and loss account also, and balance sheet also in syllabus. So more practice will be required in the questions of general insurance company. The insurer should prepare revenue account for each of the general insurance business. Now understand this properly. General insurance means same insurance company may be doing various types of businesses like fire insurance, marine insurance business, accident insurance, health insurance, mediclaim insurance, cargo insurance. Lots of businesses are possible. So we have to prepare separate revenue account for each business. Means for fire business, separate revenue account. For marine business, separate revenue account. For accident, separate revenue account. For vehicles, separate revenue account. Health insurance, separate revenue account. However, what will we be doing in our solutions? We will be doing all these in columnar form. I repeat, you will generally have three categories in your practical questions: fire insurance, marine insurance, and all others covered in miscellaneous insurance category. I repeat, you will have three insurance businesses in your practical questions: fire, marine, and miscellaneous insurance business. So we will be making these three formats in columnar form instead of making separate revenue accounts. So if three businesses are there, we are not going to make three times revenue account. Separate revenue account for fire, separate for marine, separate for miscellaneous business. Practically this is to be done. But what will we be doing in our solutions? We will make only one revenue account with three columns. Column 1 fire, column 2 marine, column 3 miscellaneous. Okay. So we will be making the revenue account in columnar form instead of making revenue account for each insurance business separately. Now in your notebooks, okay, not in your notebooks, first you understand this basic idea, because we are going to learn the format of revenue and P&L account from the same format what we have already learned of revenue account of life insurance company. So how this format is almost same as life insurance company, I'll explain it to you, and then we will write the format in detail. Now life insurance company, you all remember by now that the format of revenue account had three parts. Okay, three parts. Part 1, 3 major incomes. Part 2, 3 small expenses. Part 3, 3 big expenses. So part 1 of life insurance revenue account and part 1 of general insurance revenue account remains exactly same. I repeat, part 1 of life insurance account, revenue account, and part 1 of general insurance revenue account remains exactly same. All of you see this yellow highlighted one? In life insurance revenue account also we write premiums earned. In general insurance revenue account also we write premiums earned. Then in life insurance also we have income from investment. In general insurance also we have income from investment. And in life insurance also we have other incomes. In general insurance also we have other incomes. So keep it in mind that revenue account first part of general insurance is exactly same as the first part of life insurance. Now going further, keep this in mind. Life insurance had 3 parts, but general insurance revenue account has only 2 parts. I repeat, life insurance had 3 parts, but general insurance revenue account has only 2 parts. So how the things change? In life insurance, third part what you had, benefits paid, that is claims, we used to mark it as CL. I repeat, third part of life insurance what we had, benefits paid, we used to mark it as claims, CL. That comes in second part of general insurance revenue account. Okay, claims comes in second part of general insurance revenue account. Other 2 things of part 2 of life insurance remains same. Commission comes as it is in general insurance revenue account, and operating expenses also comes as it is in general insurance revenue account. So how do the things change in general insurance revenue account? Life insurance part 3 claims comes the first item in second part of general insurance revenue account, and then second part of life insurance, both the items remain exactly same in general insurance, that is commissions and operating expenses. Now, the left out items of part 2, that is provisions, and last part, that is appropriations, both of them go in profit and loss account. Life insurance companies provision goes in P&L account, and also life insurance companies appropriation goes in P&L account. And the left out things, interim bonus paid and change in valuation of liability, we don't have in general insurance business. General insurance companies don't pay bonus. Only life insurance companies give bonus, if that too if they are with profit policies. Okay, only life insurance companies give bonus, and that too if the policyholder has purchased with profit policy. And general insurance does not have any liability in respect of life of a person, so they don't have any change in valuation of liabilities. In short, this interim bonus paid, okay, this interim bonus paid and change in valuation of liability, we don't have in case of general insurance. We will see these formats in detail. You don't have to write anything right now, just understand the overview of remembering the formats. So how do you remember the format for general insurance company? First, understand the similarities and difference, because life insurance company's format you already remember by now. So from life insurance itself, how do we derive the format of general insurance company? First part, exactly same. 3 incomes in revenue account of both the companies exactly same. Premium, income from investment, other incomes. Now, coming to second part of revenue account, remember, life insurance third part's claims comes in second part of revenue account in general insurance, and remaining 2 items of second part of life insurance as it is, commissions and operating expenses. Now from life insurance, provisions and appropriations go in P&L account, and other items of life insurance, bonus and liabilities, we don't have. Okay, one more time I repeat it, then we will see the formats in details, which you will also write in your notebook. First part of revenue account remains exactly same. All the 3 incomes remain exactly same. Now second part of general insurance revenue account, Life insurance, third part. Claims, we bring it in the second part. Commission and operating expenses remain as it is. And provisions and appropriations from life insurance company's revenue account goes to general insurance profit and loss account. Now let us see the formats in detail. Give this heading in your notebook. Part 2, general insurance revenue account format. First we see revenue accounts format. Form B RA, as we studied in the beginning today. Form B, we have to make Form B, Schedule B, RA, revenue account for the year ended. And columns are going to remain same, particular, schedule number, amount and amount. Pause the video and make this format. I hope every one of you have made the format now. Let us recollect just now what we discussed in the previous slide. First part of revenue account of general insurance company will remain exactly same. So what will we have? Premiums earned, that will be as per schedule number 1. Second, income from investments as it is. No schedule is to be made. Directly here itself will show all the details as we have done in the last lecture in practical questions. Other incomes also directly we will show here, no schedule is to be made, and total A. So first part of general insurance remains exactly same. Pause the video and write it down everyone, exactly same as life insurance. I hope all of you would have written it. Now second part. What did I tell you in the previous page, previous slide? Life insurance companies, third parts, benefits paid, that is claims. Here we'll write them as claims only. They come as the first item in the second part. So all of you write down claims incurred net. Okay, write down this in your notebook. Very first item in the second part of general insurance revenue account will be claims incurred net. That we will make as per schedule number 2. Then remaining two things of life insurance revenue account formats of second part remain exactly same. So then we will have commission as per schedule number 3, and then we will have operating expenses related to life insurance, general insurance business, schedule number 4. Okay. Once again, second part of revenue account of general insurance company, how will we make it? Claims incurred will come as the first item, then commissions, and then operating expenses. Then we'll get the total B. Okay, pause the video and write down up till here if you have not written it so far. I hope all of you would have written it by now. Now difference of A minus B, we will call it as operating profit or loss. Here we don't write surplus or deficit, keep it in mind. What do we write here? Operating profit or loss from fire or marine or miscellaneous business. As I said, we will be making the revenue account in columnar form. So we will be making the columns of fire, marine, miscellaneous. So we will be finding separately the profit or loss, operating profit or loss of each business, fire, marine, miscellaneous. That is, we will be doing A minus B. Revenue account over, that's it. I repeat, revenue account over, that's it. Very small format of revenue account, only two parts. First part, incomes exactly same. Second part, which three expenses now will come over here? Claims will come as the first expense, schedule 2, commission, second expense, schedule 3, operating expense related to insurance business, schedule 4. And then A minus B will give us operating profit or loss. Now let us understand the format of profit and loss account. Give the heading in your notebooks, Form BPL. Okay, profit and loss, Form BPL. Profit and loss account of ... insurance company for the year ended ... And columns remain exactly same. Particulars, schedule number, amount and amount. Pause the video and make this format everyone. I hope you all would have done the format now. Understand this. Whatever was the closing balance of revenue account of previous page, that will come as opening over here. What did we get at the end in revenue account? Operating profit or loss of fire, marine and miscellaneous business. We will start P&L account with that. So how will you start your P&L account? With operating profit or loss. Here we don't make P&L account in columnar form. P&L account is the P&L account of whole insurance company. Revenue account we have to make in columnar form, but profit and loss account is the P&L account of the whole insurance company. So here we don't have to make in columnar form. Therefore, separately we will write what is the operating profit or loss of fire insurance business, marine insurance business, and miscellaneous business. Where from will we get these three amounts? From revenue account. Okay, once again, where from will we get these amounts? From revenue account. Write down up till here in your notebooks, everyone. Pause the video and write it down. I hope all of you have written it. Now, after operating profit or loss, again we will show income from investments. Now, a question will arise that we have already written this income from investments in revenue account, and do we have to duplicate and write it again over here? No. In revenue account, what you write is the income from investment related to specific insurance business. Means if fire business money premiums received are invested and you earn interest from that, that will come in revenue account. If marine insurance, whatever premium is received and you invest it anywhere, you earn returns on that, that will come in revenue account. If miscellaneous business premiums, what you receive, you invest it somewhere and earn the returns, that will come in revenue account. But if you invest the common pool means which includes fire also, marine also, miscellaneous also, or maybe you invest the money which you have borrowed from someone, which is not related to, I repeat, which is not related to fire or marine or miscellaneous business, then such income from investments will come in profit and loss account. Once again, which income from investment will come in revenue account, which are specifically related to any particular insurance business like fire or marine or miscellaneous, and which income from investments will come in profit and loss account, which cannot be identified with any particular insurance business like fire or marine or miscellaneous. Okay, in your questions, if they say interest received in bracket fire, then you write in revenue account. If they say dividend received bracket marine, then you write in revenue account. If they say rent received in bracket miscellaneous, then you write in revenue account. But if they say interest received and in bracket nothing is mentioned, is it related to fire or marine or miscellaneous, then you write that interest in profit and loss account. You can rewind and listen to this once again. Okay, if any income from investment is related to particular insurance business like fire or marine or miscellaneous, then we will write it in revenue account. Whereas if they cannot be related or cannot be identified with any particular insurance business, then we will write them in profit and loss account. Exactly same way with other incomes also. If they are related to any particular business, revenue account. If they cannot be identified with any particular business, then profit and loss account. So both these items, all of you write down in bracket, they are not related to specific insurance business. You can pause the video and write down up till here. I hope all of you have written it. Now, total of all this will be written totally, total incomes. Now in the part B, what did I discuss in the previous slide? Which items of life insurance revenue account goes to P&L account of general insurance? Which two items? Remember it, recollect it. Provisions and appropriations. So provisions will come over here, but other than tax we will show separately. Provision for bad debts, provision for depreciation, any specific provisions made other than tax, which in life insurance we used to show in revenue account, but in general insurance they will come in profit and loss account. And all other expenses, but which are not related to specific insurance business. Because if expenses are related to specific business, then we write them in revenue account operating expenses. But if there is any expense, see for example, you are talking about HDFC General Insurance Company. They own a premises on rent, and that premises is used for all the businesses. Means in that premises you do fire insurance business also, general insurance like accident, mediclaim, all insurance businesses. So whatever rent you pay for that premises, can you allocate it to any one particular insurance business? No. That rent will come in profit and loss account. So such other expenses which cannot be identified with any particular insurance business will come in profit and loss account. We'll get the total B. All of you write down up till here. Pause the video and write down up till here. Then we proceed further. I hope all of you would have written it. Now, after this A minus B, that is incomes minus provisions minus other expenses. I repeat, A minus B, incomes minus provisions minus other expenses. We will get profit before tax, A minus B. Write down in your notebooks, profit before tax, A minus B. Now we will subtract provision for tax. Therefore, in the second part, we had written provisions other than tax. Because provision for tax we will subtract after profit before tax. Then what we will get is profit after tax. Write down up till here everyone. Profit before tax A minus B less provision for tax. Then we get profit after tax. Then we will subtract appropriations. Now I told you provisions and appropriations go to P&L account. So same appropriations like dividends, transfer to reserves will go to P&L account. Then we will add opening balance of P&L account, like in banking business also we used to do. Here we'll add opening balance of P&L account, and whatever amount remains will be the balance carried forward to balance sheet. Okay, so profit before tax minus provision for tax, we get profit after tax less appropriations. Then we add opening balance of P&L account, and that final balance is what we carry forward to balance sheet. So revenue account format is done, P&L accounts format is done. Now we take up with balance sheets format. If you have not written it, you can pause the video and write it down, and then we continue with balance sheet. I hope everyone has done the format by now. Now we take up with balance sheet. So give the heading in your notebooks, balance sheet format. Form B, BS. BS stands for balance sheet of ... insurance company as on ... and same columns again, particular, schedule number, amount and amount. Now here we will be writing amounts also. We'll be writing 3 crosses of amounts, and do write that because it is very important to understand in balance sheet particularly which amounts come in inner column, which amounts come in outer column. I repeat, we will be writing amounts in the form of 3 crosses, and you all are compulsorily supposed to write that in your notebook, because through that we will understand which amounts have to be written in inner column and which ones have to be written in outer column. Pause the video and make this format everyone. Now, first of all, we don't have liabilities and assets in this format. I repeat, in general insurance companies balance sheet, we don't have liabilities and assets. Instead of liabilities, we write sources of funds. All of you write down sources of funds. Instead of liabilities, we write sources of funds. Now, from the liabilities side, all of you remember companies and bank, whatever liabilities we have done. In that liabilities, which are the sources of funds from where we get the money? Here, no trick is required. It is all logical and common sense only. When we are writing sources of funds, what are we used to write in banks' balance sheets? Capital, reserves, deposits, borrowings, other liabilities and provisions. Which are the sources of funds from this? Capital, is it a source of fund? Yes. Reserve, is it a source of fund? Yes, it is an internal source of fund. You don't distribute the profits and retain the profits in the form of reserve, so it becomes a source of fund for the company. Deposits we don't have here, because life insurance company does not accept any savings and current account deposits, so forget them. Borrowings, that is also a source of fund, but other liabilities like creditors, etc., they are not the sources of funds. So out of the 5 liabilities, there are only 3 sources of funds. Those 3 will come over here. So no trick to remember. Okay, whatever bankings and company account format we have seen on the liability side, from those liabilities, which are the 3 sources of funds? Share capital, schedule number 5. Now 4 schedules we have seen in revenue account. So this will be schedule number 5. Here it's reverse. Normally in banks, and in company final accounts, we start with balance sheet schedule number 1. But in insurance company, they start with schedule number 1 in revenue account only. I repeat, in insurance company, they start with schedule number 1 revenue account only. So 4 schedules we have already seen in revenue account. So here it will be schedule number 5. Amount in outer column. Amount will come in outer column. What 3 sources we discussed? Reserves and surplus. Schedule number 6. Outer column. Borrowings. Schedule number 7. Outer column. So out of the same liabilities, very easy to identify. Out of the 5 liabilities which we have seen in banks also lately and recently what we have done, 3 from those liabilities come here in sources of funds: share capital, reserves and surplus, and borrowings. Total of the same will be written in the outer column. Now after sources of funds, instead of assets we will have application of funds. Means where have we used this money? Application of funds means where have we used this money? Now see from insurance company's point of view. Whatever premium they take from you, what do they do with that premium? Do they buy buildings? No. Do they buy furniture? No. Otherwise, how will they pay the claim to you? They have to pay the claim also when the compensation arises. So what do the insurance companies do with the money of premium they receive? They invest it. So what is the major use of the funds they are doing? Investments. I told you this is all logical. Therefore, no trick to remember this. From insurance company's point of view, they have to pay you claim and compensation wherever the risk of damage arises. So what will the insurance company do with the premiums they are going to receive? They are going to invest it. So major use of funds or application of funds will come in investments, schedule 8, outer column. I repeat, outer column. After investments, loans. They give the loans. Where do they give the loans? Insurance companies give loan to banks, financial institutions. Okay, they invest the money by giving loan to other big financial institutions. And in fact, they give loan to us also against our policies. So these loans will come in schedule number 9 in outer column. So application of funds, not assets. Think it logically. Where would insurance company use the money they are receiving? First, they'll use it in investments. They have to get returns. Then only they can pay us the claim. Then they will give it in the form of loans. And then we have fixed assets. So fixed asset does not come in the beginning. Major application of funds is in investments and loans. Fixed assets, schedule 10, outer column. I hope everyone has written up till here. Otherwise, pause the video and write it down. Okay, let's continue further. After fixed assets, in continuation, all of you write down current assets. Now, current assets, important. Listen, everyone. How will the insurance company use the money in current assets? Some amount they will have in the form of cash and bank balance. Schedule number 11, inner column. I repeat, this is important. Columns, very, very important. Current assets, cash and bank balance as per schedule 11 will come in inner column, and advances and other current assets, schedule 12 will also come in inner column. So current assets we write in 2 categories: cash and bank balance inner column, advances and other current assets inner column, and write down subtotal A. Inner column subtotal A. Now we write current liabilities. We had not written current liabilities along with sources of funds. Here we write them. Order is completely different. We had not written current liabilities in sources of funds. We had written only capital, reserves and borrowings. So current liabilities we have to write over here in after current assets. Schedule 13, inner column. Again, provisions. We don't write current liabilities and provisions combined. Current liabilities separate, provisions separate. I repeat, current liabilities separate, provisions separate. Schedule 14, inner column. And again, subtotal B in inner column. What does this subtotal A represent? Current assets total. What does this subtotal B represent? current liabilities and provisions total. Difference of this A minus B, net current assets will come in outer column. That's why I told you columns will be very important. So net current assets subtotal A minus current liabilities subtotal B will come in the outer column. And previous page and in your balance sheet you can see we have already written in the outer column investments, loans, fixed assets, and this net current assets. Which four things come in outer column in application of funds? See this once again. Which four things come in outer column in application of funds? Investments come in outer column, loans come in outer column, fixed assets come in outer column, and just now what we studied, net current assets come in outer column. Okay. So which four things come in outer column? Investments, loans, fixed assets, net current assets. Total of that must match with the total of sources of funds. Total sources of funds and total application of funds must be equal. That is considered as good as tallying of balance sheet. If sources of funds are equal to application of funds, means your balance sheet gets tallied. And below that we will show contingent liabilities. So this is how we are going to solve the questions of general insurance company. Entire formats we have understood in this lecture. In the next lecture, we will start with the practical questions related to general insurance company. That will be all for this lecture. All of you learn by heart and practice the formats properly so that by the next lecture when we start with the questions, you are completely confident with the same. Bye everyone. Take care. See you in the next lecture.